Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Already hot and heated in our second draft of the day. It's going to be Bronze Army versus the Stack. Bunch of EU players getting in for some NAPCL action. Pacing the game again here with Gems. And still in the group stage, Gems. How was that last game for you?
Incredibly quick. What we were expecting throughout this tournament are fast, action-paced games. The teams that are very good at sort of big team, early game team fights where a lot of cards aren't in play yet. People can take advantage of stuns, sort of, and single target out players are always going to be doing the best, and we saw that out of Reborn. And straight away into this draft, as we're seeing, Aurora has been banned on the side of Bronze Army. I'm curious as to see what the stack bans and if Gideon's going to be left up, maybe? Yeah, Iggy and Swatch banned from the stack, which means Gideon has been left up. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get picked first from either of the two teams here.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that we didn't see Iggy and Scorch at all in the last game appear. But indeed, it is going to be the Gideon first from Bronze Army, probably the strongest hero in version 44 now. I'm sure a lot of others would try to vie for that. But when you have an AoE stun that takes about half or the whole screen, that's a little bit strong. We'll see how Bronze Army are able to utilize it here. The stack, meanwhile, go for the Shimby Rampage combo.
Incredibly strong dueling potential with the two of them. They like these skirmish fights. Shimby loves the sort of 2v2, 1v1 matchups, really strong. So the stack is always going to be really okay with that. Rampage can survive a lot of the Gideon ultimate with the passive regen. If he can get his ultimate before the stun happens, he'll survive it. Shimby can have the sort of tempo, the health, the regen kicking in, which is also pretty nice against Gideon. So I do like the picks, especially against the Gideon. How well they'll fare up will depend on if this Gideon can get snowballing, can get the kills early, can start the fights wherever he can with that black hole.
Yeah, we'll have to be looking for some good ones, but Bronze Army are already going for some excellent wombo combo potential, picking up the one-shot Grux as well as the steal. He will have the shield slam available to him. So Bronze Army looking to go for more of a team fight-oriented comp.
Yeah, they're going to really want Stackers 5 early. The second this steal gets level 5, and is when you'll really see them kick off. Steel will be a little bit behind in terms of leveling. So you might see some fights with only the Gideon being level 5, but when Steel gets it, that's when Bronze Army gets their full sort of team fight power spike wombo combo, which is going to be very hard to deal with from the stack. Yes, they have Wraith, which will actually get sort of the back it up, push Steel away from the fight, don't let him to get his ultimate. Same with Gideon. Put a bit of distance between them, and I do like the picks. It allows them to survive a little bit longer. You got the invisibility from Wraith, which can help set up fights as well as sort of retreats, which is going to be more important here.
Also seeing the Narbash from the stack, I like their tendency to get long-range disables against the Bronze Army team. It'll allow them to create a little bit of space so they don't end up getting hit by the team fight combos as much. So I kind of like their thinking with this, but sometimes with the draft, sometimes you focus a little bit too much on how to counter the enemy team that you don't end up getting a great composition for yourself. I think the stack are looking okay here, but I just hope that it works out for them.
Yeah, they are lined up to sort of the early game fights. They're going to want to take the 1v1s, the 2v2s, try and avoid big 5v5 fights, maybe get a Shimby split push going, force a 3v4, sort of take two heroes away just to deal with the Shimby. That's the sort of situation we're going to see the stack sort of set themselves up to be. Not allow this big 5-man wombo, because if you get hit by any of the couple of abilities that you can see from the Bronze Army, the Steel ultimate, the Quang tether, the Grux ball, or the Gideon ultimate, that's it. They're going to pile everything in one go, and there's no surviving that.
Well, with that being said, we are ready to get into our second group stage match of the day. Bronze Army versus the stack. Let's start up in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, getting into what should be an interesting match. One team trying to counter the other quite a bit, while the other one just tries to, on NA ping, mind you, do their own thing, which could end up working out quite well. For Bronze Army, on the left side, we've got Corius playing the offlane Quang, CM Stark playing the mid lane Gideon. We've got Grievertron 5000. He's going to be hanging out with the jungle Grux. Nabori A little bit of a change of pace for him. He's playing the Murdoch as a carry. And Miso Sneaky, generally your resident Twin Blast, he's going to be handling the Steel this time around.
And on the stack, we have Yosurud on the Bellica Oak Granola, on the Narbash, Malix on that Wraith, Ivan on the Rampage, and Vigin on that Shimby.
And we saw a Shimby played to great effect in the last game by Reflect. Maybe we'll see Vigan do a similar thing here. Miso Sneaky showing up to lane a little bit late, so Vigan's already going to try to get a little bit of damage onto the enemy Murdoch. And some interesting rotations early from Oak Granola trying to put some pressure on the CMS Tark.
And this is the two mid lanes we haven't actually seen yet. Becoming a lot more popular because of the number of objectives there are to choose from. It does lead to much more funner lanes to watch because we do have sort of 1v1 lanes now set up. You can see a lot more trading happening, a lot more skirmishing, which is always interesting to see here. But we see Mr. Sneaky not knowing what really to do. Does he sit in that mid lane and help out his Gideon, or does he go and sit with Nibori here?
I would say that the Gideon's going to be relatively fine until that combo comes through from Malix and Oak Granola. As soon as they start hitting the back it ups into Thunks is when the Gideon's going to start to have some problems, but he does still have the getaway tool with the Torn Rift. So I would say that Miso Sneaky really needs to just hang out over with Nibori, make sure that he stays safe, and continue to get levels on the Steel, because the moment you start rotating and not having much come out of it, that's the moment where things really start to go badly for you.
It looks like Ivan is looking for that stun, does just miss it here on CM Stark. However, the thunk still hits.
But like we were talking about, he still has the torn space to get away and get out of the trouble that he might have been in. A little bit, I would say, greedy from Aben there to try to throw out the rock without the back it up already there. And that's probably something that he didn't necessarily need to do.
Yeah, he didn't need to do it. The black buffs hasn't been taken here by Aben yet. A little bit slow on that, but the river buffs are spawning, and it does look like they did catch that Gideon, the elusive mid laner, still gets caught. There is the back it up coming out from Malix. Just even though Gideon has that portal to get away, just it completely negates that. And if they can pull it off, as we can see here, it really puts
Meanwhile, Graver gets a nice rotation to be able to get the kill on the Yuso Rude Dude. So at least Bronze Army are able to strike back there, but that's already the tier 1 tower getting a little bit of pressure put onto it by by the stack. Unfortunately, it is off of my replay, so I almost thought it was down there for a second, which didn't quite make sense.
Gravatron might have been slightly out of position. However, we do see both teams sort of backing it up. Nibori, though.
And this is sort of where Bronze Army start to pay for not having Miso Sneaky on lane. Nibori, oh no, they might actually get something on the backside of this, but Miso Sneaky walks right past Vegan, gets the bonk onto Oak Granola, and actually finds the kill there all by his lonesome. Miso Sneaky looks like he is ready to carry his team. Meanwhile, though, CMS Stark is still having a little bit of aggression put onto him in the mid lane. Torn space is going to get him out of there, away from the Aben Rampage.
Yeah, this hardcore focus coming out in this mid lane hasn't
Damn.
actually been panning out here for the stack as well as they would like. The two in the mid lane, yes, they managed to get a kill on CM Start, but everything's been pretty well traded here by Bronze Army. 3-1 in the lead of Bronze Army in terms of kills. The gold lead is already nearly hitting about 2,000, 2,500 gold lead on the side of Bronze Army. And a couple points here or there, we're seeing the builds right now. Taskmasters on both the supports and the offlaners been sold. CM Stark with that font of experience, as we see all mid laners default get. And again, CM Stark actually getting caught by that back it up yet again.
Yeah, another get back into a thunk. CMS Tark trying to make his way out of here. Malix really wants to try to conserve his mana, but he conserved it for way too long. CMS Tark gets the torn space away. Can he run away? Oh, how did that thunk hit him? It hit him right behind the wall, and Oak Granola shows that ping is not an issue at all for him. He goes in and gets the kill. Maybe Griever can try to find something here. Nice teamwork for Malix to find the orange buff for himself, and that's just going to be the end of the aggression. Bronze Army can't find anything else on the backside of this.
A nice little kill there on the side of the stack. They did need that because they were slightly behind, and the leaders already narrowed down to about 1,500 now off of that. It's going to be interesting. The path we see Malik Sale go with his build on Wraith is looking to be parry-based build. He's gone for the Nitro boost, the Demolitionist early, going all into agility right now as well. Going full on for the attack damage build rather than sort of the mage build we see sometimes people go. This being sort of the de facto build at the moment.
Get back on the CMS Stark. He uses the torn space a little bit too early, but maybe he baited Malix in a little bit too much there. There's the long arm of the wall to get the Wii U kill out onto the enemy mid laner. Miso sneaky. He wants to find a little bit more for himself. Do have a little bit of a gang up on the Yusa Rude, who was trying to get some aggression out on the CMS Stark, but now he's going to get the full surround on the 3. Seismic Assault hits on the 2. Does this actually get him away? The meteors are coming down from the sky, the comets as well. Yusa Rude trying to make his way out. Can Corius manage to find what he needs? Trying to get enough mana for a Judgment of the Heavens. That would probably lead to a kill. He might have it soon, but not soon enough. And now Miso Sneaky and Corius got to make a beeline out of there, especially with the get back available from Malix, and he's going to be pulled right back into a Seismic Assault. Okranol is there, has a Thunk available. Is he going to use it? He's going to have to sometime. Aben on the backside of this one. Can Miso Sneaky actually get out of here? Trying to use the bonks to his advantage. The Thunk misses. This guy's put on his dancing shoes, and he's dancing right around the stack. Unfortunately, though, the dance is one of death as he will fall inside of the jungle.
He does fall, but he did waste a lot of time here for the stack. They spent quite a bit just chasing him around there in the jungle, while we see Nibori just sitting there farming quite happily. Same with CM Stark has been farming. The lead is still in favor of the Bronze Army, 7 minutes into the game. But it's all really close, to be honest. This match has not been decided yet. Neither team has got a sort of significant lead. Fangtooth is yet to be taken, and neither team risking the early game fight, especially since the early game fight against a level 5 sort of wombo combo comp can be pretty tricky on the side of the stack. So they're going to be more in favor of potentially getting a kill, a pick off, then going for that Fangtooth.
One thing I definitely would like to see more of from Bronze Army is utilizing the Black Hole a little bit more here. I think CMS Tark, he's been a little bit too individual with his play here, and I love to see him pair up for his team to get a good Black Hole initiation into a kill. I think that's something that they haven't quite taken advantage of at this point.
Yeah, that is true. They also have initiative on Fangtooth because of their composition. They can force it and still look for a fight, because a 5v5 fight is always going to be in their favor at this point, unless there is some sort of big misplay or big ability being missed. As long as Bronze Army manage to hit all their abilities, they're most likely going to win a fight around that objective.
Oh, baby. Look at you, so rude, dude. That is where CMS Stark comes in. Actually, you, so rude, dude, managed to get the cancel off on the CMS Stark early. Maybe that gets him out of this aggression. He's trying to go around the side. For some reason, he's not going back to his own tower. He knows that path is kind of close for him. Gets another nice Seismic Assault. Can this Euro actually get out of the NA aggression? You, so rude, dude, going around the side. CMS Stark has been juked. He doesn't want to spend any more time chasing this girl down. And the long arm of the wall ain't gonna find her either. Yusaru dude gets out of that one.
And because of that, also you saw the stack get a kill onto Grievatron. They've jumped straight onto this Fangtooth. Whether they'll get punished for it is going to be something different. It has been stacking up health, Fangtooth. It is going to take them a while to actually take it. And if they wanted this, the Bronze Army can now rotate onto this if they chose.
Bronze Army can rotate, but they don't have the Black Hole to utilize here. Vegan's just waiting for CMS Star to get in there. The Raptor is getting low. Fangtooth is endangered right now. The Wolves are circling around him. The Shield Slam comes through. Does some huge damage from me. So sneaky. This guy's going to carry the game. Don't you worry about it. Meteors dropping down. 2 members of the stack dying here. And me, so sneaky, wants a little bit more. Surprise, surprise. The stack are the ones who go down there. And the first... And the tower is going to go falling down to Bronze Army. What an initiation there from Miso Sneaky. Just waiting until it was time.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. The stack can't just go for this without having a significant lead. With the low death time as Grievatron, even though they did capture him and kill him, he was able to spawn and still make it in time. A lot of people forget the fact that the Fangtooth does stack up in health the longer you leave it there. So it was taking them much longer than I think they anticipated it to take.
Ooh, beautiful rock on the Griever, actually going to get a return kill for the Bellica aggression, but still Bronze Army want to try to take down their second tower of the game. They'll find it in their off lane, and man, this aggression has been going pretty well for them. You even saw Nabori on the opposite side of that fog wall. You knew that he wanted to go for the Bellica. Unfortunate that they had to lose Griever for it, but still, at least Bronze Army were able to get another tower out of that on top of their Fangtooth.
Did you manage to catch
I
who
have no
grabbed
idea who
Fangtooth?
got it, actually. I was just kind of BSing my way through that one, but you know,
I, was,
I would like for
I
them
had
to have
no
gotten
clue
it.
because there was a steel slam dunk right on top of it. It was like really tough to catch and actually
Right.
catch it. We're gonna have to see when we see the buffs. If we see sort of extra movement speed happening later on, we'll know who got the first one.
Crash Bang Boom onto Nabori. That's going to catch him out in the mid lane. They need to get the damage onto him. In fact, they will. Now CMS Tark, he's a little bit left alone on the mid lane. Griever trying to make things happen, but right now it's about to be a 4v3 power play in the mid lane. Power play is a term that somehow has made its way into Paragon as of late. Pretty cool, I guess, but it's not going to amount to much else as Bronze Army will just back off from that one.
Yeah, we do see actually the gold lead on the side of the stack. So I suspect they actually got the Fangtooth.
Damn.
Because even though the fight went in favor of Bronze Army, the gold lead is over on the stack. So that would imply they got that 5k gold right off Fangtooth, which gave them that lead.
There's some sharp eyes of the analyst getting in there. We'll probably see some more aggression from the stack soon because of that Fangtooth. I'll just quickly take a look for you guys right now at the gold, which is, as you can see, slightly in favor of the stack. We are going to see something going on in the safe lane for orange side. Aben going for the tier 1 tower. We'll be able to take it down now. Griever could be in some trouble, but they need a rock. They need a little bit more. They're not going to be able to catch out Griever just yet. Looking for a get back, but he is, in fact, out of range.
Yeah, it does look like we're seeing the advantages being taken here by the stack. I do like it. They've recognized they're still in a pretty good position, even though they lost that fight. Fangtooth has spawned. We'll be seeing all these teams rush for it. There is their Flame of Zetchin on Ivan. There's the same on Grivatron. So this is the issue you end up having. Neither team can really risk going for it because it could end up being sort of a 50-50, whoever gets it at the right health.
Oh my gosh, Miso Sneaky gonna go right in for that one. Smash and Grab is gonna pull Vegan possibly out of that long arm of the lull. So maybe they can't find the kill here. Surprise, surprise. We'll be allowing the stack to gain a little bit extra time. But Bronze Army, is this the right decision? Do they want to go for Fangtooth? Is this a bait? CMS Stark making his way in there. He's dropping the comments, dropping the meteors. Malik's taking quite low. He can't really initiate here, but look at Avon. He is so ready. Can he get a steal here? He's going to have to be careful, waiting in the shadow plane. The rockets and the meteors are going down. Did he actually steal that with the Flame of Zekin?
Not too sure, really.
Who knows? It's just a Fangtooth. We don't need to see that on the screen. Meanwhile, Bronze Army looking to go for a fight. Aben already in the Rampage ultimate. Seismic Assault is going to miss on the CMS Tark, and Grievertron is already quite low. Can the stack find anything in the middle of the river? Miso Sneaky has the wolf circling around him. CMS Tark will be taken down. Meanwhile, though, it's Malix who's gone down on the other side. Corey is trying to make his way out of here. Vegan looking to get the music dropping down here with some beats, and he will be able to find the second one here for the stack.
Two for one on the board. Will the stack try and push this tier 2? Maybe they go for the prime. It depends on the cooldowns of Zetchin. The death timers are still fairly low because it is only 14 minutes into this game. However, still a pretty close game. Gold is near equal here. The slight lead just going in as that tower fell here to the side of the stack. So still in the air for everyone. It's going to be tough. Without knowing the Fangtooth counters on either side, it's going to be really rough to see who has the advantage in bonuses it gives, because every time you take it, it gives a certain bonus. Not knowing what level they're at will heavily impact who might actually win, because if we get to the 5th one, and we start seeing them get the extra bonus power every time, that can give a huge lead in sort of late stages of the game where you get these growth totems start giving the value, you end up having the extra power from the Fangtooth, which ends up meaning you get people like Nibori hitting for huge numbers on that Murdoch, and that's going to be fun to watch.
I kind of like it, not seeing the Fangtooth buffs. It adds this sense of intrigue to Paragon. I think that's pretty cool. You know, Paragon's a little bit more mysterious now. you know, it adds an extra element to the game, which could be very interesting. Kappa. Anyway, um, the Bronze Army looking to group up here a little bit more around the OP area. Miso Sneaky, we've seen him not afraid to drop down any of the shield slams at all, and he might just go for it here. He's been the main initiation for his team. It's kind of that mindless fearlessness that you're not that you're definitely going to see from Miso Sneaky. He keeps on going in for his team. Seismic Assault misses from Yusaru, dude, and I can't imagine that we're going to miss a shield slam here. It goes on to the Belka. She's getting taken down here, completely blown up by Corius, and Bronze Army have a gangbang over in the right lane on top of a Belka. That was pretty much the initiation that they wanted. Maybe would have liked it if there were more people there, but I think they're completely fine with taking down that solo character.
A bit NSFW right there, Pith. A little bit NSFW.
You know what? It was vivid, and that was exactly what happened. I stand by my decisions.
Explicit rating. Don't watch. But yeah, we're seeing the power of their composition here. If they manage to get that slam dunk from the steal onto anyone, it's just game over for whoever
now
gets
it's time
caught.
for the Quang to pay. Malik's going right after him. Gonna get the get back, and some beautiful communication there. Thunk on top of it. Aben's there to stop him in his tracks as well. We are going to see some more aggression going to Vigan, who was having a lot of trouble putting some damage down on these Bronze Army heroes. So we're just seeing a bunch of skirmishes across the map as these heroes try to find some kind of advantage for themselves.
Yeah, it's still trading 1-for-1 either side. It's still 4v4 on the map. Neither team can really risk going for these objectives, especially the stack, as we've been seeing. Team fighting around sort of Fangtooth doesn't end up going too much in their favor, especially if they end up getting caught out. Look at that damage from Deathcrawler, though, from Grux.
That is insane. Griever just taking down Oak Granola so hard right there, and this could definitely open up a Fangtooth for Bronze Army themselves, and this one will probably have a little bit less contention as we're generally used to seeing in this game. About 17 and a half minutes in.
The Deathcrawler is active here for Grux, which does slow his speed down, and they're going for this fight.
Aben is just so ready to go, and can Malix help him at all? The shield slam goes right on top of it, and a beautiful black hole from ZMS Tark. This is insane. He's got 3 members in it. Aben's gonna fall. Griever eventually will get taken by the wolves, but Vigan, can he do enough here? ZMS Tark and Miso Sneaky sounding the retreat. ZMS Tark is out of mana, can't have a torn space out, and Malix is just gonna continue to get those little wraith pew-pews in his face. Now we've got an interesting bug around Vigan. Those wolves are just giving him a little bit extra encouragement as they go for a couple more kills. Some more encouragement from the Narbash using the march there. Is a hero? I guess a hero just straight up died there.
Yeah, I think it was near Bori, I believe.
I think he's bugged out.
But
in any case,
it looked like such a good start for the Bronze Army. They managed to get that black hole beautifully, but they only managed to kill Ivan. But now they still didn't manage to clean up the rest of them. So this is the thing, the skirmishing, the sort of jumping around fights, the messy fights really suit the stack.
They are committing a little bit hard on the tower. Malik's getting taken quite low. Oak Granola down as well. Corey is trying to trace down this Wraith who is very low on mana, and there's just going to be the Light of the Heavens to take him down there. So they'll find one out of this one. Can they find another? CMS Stark is going down the lane, but he's just there to push it out, make sure that the stack minions don't take anything else on their quest for the core.
Yeah, it isn't. We do see the warding, though, is on the side of the stack. They have got that ward on the prime. Fangtooth is still down. I'm not sure what the counters are right now on that still. However, we're seeing the stack trying to take some advantage, trying to take some of the resources here.
Nice search from the heavens on the Aben, but it's the tankiest member here. Shield Slam is going to be dropped on top of him. Miso Sneaky is definitely not stingy at all with those, but in from the backside comes Yuso Rude, dude, blows out the brains of CMS Tark, and that's probably going to make it very difficult for the Bronze Army to have so much burst damage here, especially with their heroes being so low. Thumb comes in on the backside onto Nabori. He's still bugged out, so we're not really seeing where his health is going, and the last snipe from Malix is going to be able to take him down. The wolves start to come in from Vigan. They're looking for some kills here, a little bit more onto the Quang. They need to get those stacks up, need to get the spotlight right on top of that brother, probably to Shimby. That's not war. In any case, they will find the kill. Don't even need to use the all kill for it.
this will most likely be the prime if they choose to go for it. They do need Ivan to get there before they start it. I'm not sure if they have enough time actually, because 30 seconds on only Quang, but there is a Gideon Black Card with the slam dunk coming out from Steel, so that it can still be pretty rough to try and go for it. They are starting it now. Might have been a little bit too late.
Yeah,
because it is going to be a
Reaver
4v5.
coming here. Seema Stark is ready with the black hole, and he's just going to go for it. He absolutely has to. Here it comes. The Rock is going to stop him in his tracks, so didn't quite get everybody that he wanted to there. Some all right positioning from the EU squad, and Seema Stark is going to be taken down inside the pit. Shield Slam hits on to nothing. Miso Sneaky a little bit, off with the sights on that one, and it's going to be 3 falling down inside the pit. Nabori at least will get out with his life, but the OP might just be in peril here. The stack trying to go for it, or trying to go for a little bit more, maybe trying to get the tier 2 towers down. A little bit of a lapse in communications there, a little bit of strategic planning going on as they take 2 objectives on the map, or try to at the same time, but they're just going to go for the tier 2s. These respawn timers are coming up. I don't think it's going to be inhib here, but still
they might
nice
try
move.
and push for it. I think they can take it and just get out in time if they push
Can they
fast
really?
enough. However, it's going to be really rough.
It's a race against the clock for the stack, and Nabori, he wants to try to stop them in his tracks, wants to get those pew-pew shots in. Corius is going to have to come up big here. That's a huge minion wave going on to the inhib. Aben taking most of the damage from Bronze Army, and they actually do get it. Bronze Army can't form up on the inhib fast enough, and that's the first one of the game going to go down.
Now they need to get out. Can they get out, though? Vision's been caught, and losing one for the inhib, I think they're going to take that as acceptable because we see Malik's already on the Vangtooth.
Aven right on point with that rock. I don't think one for the inhib is as bad, but it's what you get in return for it. It might even be the OP here with the Shinbi being down and a lot of these backs being interrupted by Corius.
Yeah, they are. They do manage to only lose one for the inhib, which is great for them. They're also going to get this tier 2 with this large wave. This is going to set up the stack perfectly for a prime if they choose to. If they want to go and look for a prime now, they can try and force these waves into the side of Bronze Army and then look for a fight. This is the Fangtooth as well going to them for free.
Yeah, absolutely for free. Orange buff on Malik. So surprisingly, Bronze Army didn't get the OP, and I think that's mostly because of Yuso Rudude able to get the push going on the left side, so that if Bronze Army decided to go for the OP buff there, it would have been not only 1 but 2 inhibs going down just because they were trying to get that buff off the map, and now that's going to open it up for the stack as they are already getting their warding down around that area.
Yeah, they are setting up Vision. They are going to be looking for it. However, this is the thing. They're up against a 5-man sort of wombo combo that can still annihilate them, even if there's a sort of 8k gold deficit on the side of Bronze Army, even if that lane's pushing. If they don't set up their lanes perfectly right now, and there is a 5v5 fight, it still can go the way of the Bronze Army. That is exactly what they're going to be trying to look for. Get that sort of death crawler on the Grux onto multiple people with that double pain hitting across and doing, I think it hits for about 1,000 damage at this point in the game, and sometimes even 2,000 damage.
All right, I actually
depending on, I don't know.
Right now.
It depends on how long he's had this growth totem for, which is a bit difficult to track.
All right, well, before we get this OP going, let's get rid of some of these bugs. We're going to, can you get to 25-23 on the timeline?
Yep. Well, 25-23.
25-23. Somebody get some Jeopardy music running here, guys. Again, I'm apologize for the delay here, but we are just trying to make sure that you guys see the action as best as possible. And again, it's a little bit more difficult for me to do that while I'm actually casting at the same time. So are you at 25-23?
Yep.
All right, let's get it going on again in 3, 2, 1, go. We do see the prime still happening here for the stack. Seema Stark is going to come on in with the black hole, but immediately blown up by Yuso Rudude. The shield slam will come down on top of 3. Aben is still bugged out. Apparently, these fixes can't fix everything, but Miso Sneaky is going to be taken down once again, and Nabori is going to get put right back into a whole lot of danger. The rock comes through. He's just frozen as a statue right next to the OP, and that's going to be an easy take for the stack. Meanwhile, though, we still have Vigan creating havoc inside the Bronze Army base, and the core is going down thanks to the Winions. So this is going to be an extremely difficult hold for Bronze Army. 24.5 minutes in, and their inhibs and their core are in danger.
I've been just magically floating about there. I don't know how
Hey,
Rampage can work in that sort of manner, but
did you ever notice how small his legs are actually? Like they're tiny legs. There's no way that he physically can support that. That seems
he's been
impossible to
skipping
me.
leg. He's been skipping too much leg days.
Way too much leg days. I mean, come on. Aben still wants to go on in. He is defying the laws of physics right now. Seismic Assault goes out on the Grievertron 5000. That's going to force his back, and it's so difficult for Bronze Army to do anything here. Torn Space is going to get CMS Stark out of trouble, but the Get Back is going to pull him right back over there. Think he's gone. In any case, Corius will be taken down quite well. Misa Sneaky, that shield slam is not looking as effective as it was before, and that will lead to his death and his to fall. Nabori just trying to hope that he alone can try to stop things, but the core is down to 20, 19, 15. It is essentially over as the stack show that ping is not enough of an issue to stop them from being the Bronze Army here.
Really strong showing here from the stack. Very strong players, and they've come in to show they mean business as well. There's not a team we've been seeing for fairly often, but they're very well-known players in the EU, sort of solo queue in in-house the leagues have been running. They play consistently and they play incredibly well. Ivan, stand out there. He's been doing incredibly well on that Rampage throughout the game, setting up a lot of those fights and pretty much controlling the objectives as well, which I've been really loving to see from him.
Good thing my in-game sound was not on that entire game. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching the PCL group stage. I think we're going to try to move on to the quarterfinal matches if we can right now. We are going to, well, I'm hoping that we can end up casting all of them for you guys, a little bit of a change. But make sure you guys stick around. We have more PCL action coming up for you guys in just a few moments.